up in the sky. Look, it's captivating. It's energizing. It's Eliances Heroes. Eliances is the destination for entrepreneurs, investors, CEOs, inventors, leaders, celebrities, and startups, where our heroes in business align. Now, here's your host flying in, David Kogan, founder of Eliances.
Fantastic. Well, I got to tell you, I'm so excited with everything going on. We have another incredible day today. Let me tell you later on who we've got in the show. We have the president of the Inc. 500 company Caliber, which is a huge company growing by leaps and bounds. Later on, we're going to have a Major League Baseball player who's rolling out Cup of Protein. He's just recently launched it out, and he's already in, I believe, 300 or 400 grocery stores and just a lot of things. And thank you, too, to all the feedback that we've received from having the staff and the actors from Happy Days. Well, it just keeps getting better. And wait till you hear this. When I hear that theme song, it brings me back to time of just when things were so much more peaceful, it seemed to be, and an amazing time in my life. And I'm just so ecstatic. This is that theme song. I'm going to share with you the thunder in case you don't recognize it. Is celebrating its 60th anniversary. It's currently shown on MeTV and in countries throughout the world. You may know it as Leave It to Beaver. And we have with us Jerry Mathers, an American icon. And you can contact him at Eliances.com. That's JERRYMATHERS.com. He is the Beaver. Jerry, how amazing is it to still have people watch this and recognize the show as Leave It to Beaver 60 years later?
Well, David, it's really, I put all of the credit to the writers. It was a well-written show, and it was all from real life. And things that really happened to kids in the 50s or the 60s are still happening today. I mean, they may be a little bit different. I mean, now kids have iPads and computers and everything. But the basic thing of Leave It to Beaver is that kids look to their parents. They do things. Every once in a while, they make mistakes. And if you say to your parents that, you made a mistake, everything will be all right. So it was an American boy growing up in the 50s, but the 50s weren't that much different than maybe the 40s or the 20s, and they're not that much different than today.
And Jerry, how did you get the role, and what was the training to? I mean, you started what age did you start acting?
Well, I started acting at 2 years old, and everybody then says, oh, we must have had a really pushy mother, or what they call a stage mom. Absolutely not. My mom was walking through a department store, and a lady that was working there came up to her, and she was looking for clothes for me, and she said, is this your little boy? And my mom went, oh, no, what did he touch? What did he break now? And my mom said, yes, but, what's wrong? And the lady said, nothing, but we noticed he fits our clothes just right. Could he be a model for us? Because at those times they had fashion shows in the big department stores. And my mom said, well, I don't know. She, she knew this was the big city, and she was wondering what the catch was. And the lady said, no, there's no catch. We would, he could wear the clothes, and we'd give him the clothes, and we'd also pay him. And my mom said he could definitely do that then. And so that's how I started. And what a lot of people don't realize is live TV was really, and TV itself was really just starting then. And there were really no child actors, because all the child actors in New York, they could get them from the New York stage. But Hollywood, California, really didn't have a stage presence for a lot of kids. And so they said, well, wait a minute, the models, and they had fashion shows, walk out in front of an audience. Maybe we could hire one of them. So that's how I got started. I started on live TV at 2 years old, doing commercials for Pet Milk, which was baby formula, and I'd go out in diapers and 6 guns and say, I'm the toughest hombre in these parts, and you better have my brand. Ed Wood would go into a commercial for Pet Milk.
Unbelievable. And again, you're listening to Eliances Hero Show with me, David Kogan. Be a hero. Go to where entrepreneurs align. That's ELIANCES.com. and we have Jerry Mathers, the Beaver from Leave It to Beaver, who we're talking about just amazing things. Now, Jerry, you're also involved with something that is very serious. In fact, unfortunately, most people get it, and I would say almost 100% of people know somebody that has it. Steal the thunder and tell us what that is.
Well, I think you're probably talking about diabetes. That's one of the things that, I am a person that has diabetes. I'm right now controlled by diet and exercise. But a few years back, I bought a catering business along with a couple of others. And at the catering business, I was out selling the food and eating a lot. And I put on about 35, almost 40 pounds of weight. And, I looked around me, and I was very definitely overweight, but a lot of people were overweight. And I thought, this is the good life. I'm making all sorts of money and, eating great food. And a very good friend of mine that is a doctor said, you know what, why don't you come in for a checkup? Because she knew I couldn't put on that kind of weight and remain healthy. And I said, I'm doing great. Everything's fine. So for Christmas, she gave me a free physical. And I went in for the physical. And when I came back about 2 weeks later, she said, you know what? You have to do something about your diabetes or you'll be dead in 3 to 5 years. And you could have knocked me over with a feather. I said, what do you mean diabetes? I'd heard about it, but I had no idea, what it was. And she said, yes, you're overweight. Your body just can't make enough insulin for your body, and you're in very, very bad shape, young man. And I said, is there anything I can do? And she said, well, the quicker you could take off the weight, the better off you'd be. But you'll probably be on insulin for the rest of your life. And luckily, I caught it quick enough that when I took off the weight, the diabetes didn't go away. I'm still pre-diabetic, but I'm not on insulin. So I just want to tell all my fans, especially the people that don't know much about diabetes, that, if you're more than 15, maybe 20 pounds overweight, maybe just a few pounds overweight if you're prone to it, you may be at risk for diabetes. And it's not a good disease. Once you get it there, it can lead to amputations, and it's just a very horrendous disease. So I got lucky because I knew a doctor or had a good doctor as a friend, and I would like all my fans to know that I would like them to go in and get checked up. When you go in for your annual checkup, if you're more than 20 or 30 pounds overweight and the doctor tells you to lose weight, you better do it.
In fact, good too, you're also the national spokesman for Pharma and their Partnership for Prescription Assistance Program. Tell us a little bit.
Tell us
about
also
that.
gets people that are diabetic. If you find you are diabetic and you're, having a little trouble with the coins, and you really can't, a lot of people say, well, I can't afford the prescription or the insulin. This program would help you be able to do that, so that you can, because once you discover you have diabetes, I now am pre-diabetic because I lost the weight. But a lot of people, there's type 1, which people's pancreas shuts down, and through no fault of their own, they're not overweight. Type 2 is a lot of times caused by being overweight, but this will help you with prescription assistance if you can't afford your medications.
Now, one of the most famous Beaver quotes is, working isn't as much fun as I thought it would be. I wonder why older people do it so much. Tell me, do you find working to be fun, and what else is fun and stimulating for you these days?
I find working to be fun. I'll tell you why, because being an actor is very, very challenging. I've done a lot of other work in my life. I was a banker. I was a real estate agent. And sales, is a tough business because you have to go out there every day, especially like in real estate, and meet people and find things for them and then sell them. And you hope you're selling them something that they really want. But I just find people very, very interesting, and I love to be around them. I'm very much a people person, so it's a good life. I've had a good life since Leave It to Beaver. Leave It to Beaver, because of my parents and also the Coogan laws. I got a very big chunk of money when I was 21 years old, besides my regular pay, which my parents used and helped raise the family with. But I put myself through college with the money. I'm a graduate of Berkeley. I hold a degree in philosophy from Berkeley, but I put myself through school with the money that I made from Leave It to Beaver. So acting for me has always been something that not only was fun and a great way to grow up, and I got to meet, all the people on the Universal lot when I was doing Leave It to Beaver, and I've known, many, many famous people that other people just hear about. They were friends of mine, and I got to talk and meet with them. So, being on a television show like that, especially one that's so well liked by everyone and has such a good reputation. And all the other characters on the show, people talk about Eddie Haskell and how mean he is. Eddie Haskell was in real life Ken Osmond, and he's a decorated LAPD. He was shot in the line of duty. He's a hero police officer. Tony Dow was a star athlete. Hugh Beaumont, the father on the show in real life, was a Methodist minister, and not when he was doing Leave It to Beaver, but actually became an actor because he had such a poor church down in one of the worst parts of L.A. That he wanted to be able to support his church. So Leave It to Beaver just had some great experiences for me. I got to meet some great people, and it's been a boon to me my whole life.
Well, fantastic. I got to tell you, Jerry, without a doubt, you have entertained us all for the years. You've led a beautiful, beautiful, and very successful life, and helping people, too, that are stricken with diabetes. Your hero, Jerry Mathers, can be reached at Eliances.com. And when we return, we're going to have the president of the Inc. 500 company, Caliber Company. This is David Kogan with Eliances.